Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare traditional chestnut fritters called castagnazzi from Vincenzo Tanaras, L'economia del cittadino in villa, written in the 17th century. The origin of this kind of plate, however, comes from the antiquity, as we'll see later. We start with ingredients. We need chestnuts, chestnut flour, butter, parmigiano, rose water, and honey. Honey is optional according to the author. If you don't have chestnut flour, simmer the chestnuts for at least half an hour. Then peel them, let them cool down, and coarsely cut them. Then place them in the oven at low heat to dry for 20 or 30 minutes. As soon as they are completely dry, grind them in the mortar. The flour won't keep for a long time if it's not dried perfectly, but you can use it for this recipe. These fritters are called castagnazzi in Tanara's book and other sources at the end of the Renaissance. Castagnaccio still exists in Italy, and this term refers to a cake with chestnut flour and other ingredients. For instance, milk and sugar, or rosemary, nuts and raisins. There are even castagnacci fritti. Fritters are generally made with flour and water, then fried in olive oil. A simpler version of the ones we are preparing today. However, according to Pliny, chestnut cakes were already prepared in the antiquity. In Italy, there are plenty of chestnut woods in our mountains, whose cultivation started millennia ago as a form of permaculture. The woods around our house were probably born in this way, and every year produce tons of chestnuts, eaten not only by people, but also by the wild animals that live here, roe deer, wild boars, dormice, and many others. This year the harvest was particularly abundant. It is this great abundance that made the chestnuts a typical food for peasants, and especially for mountaineers, who roasted and boiled chestnuts in addition to preparing cakes with chestnut flour. We roasted the chestnuts and minced them. Castagnazzi are mentioned as a street food in Bologna, in a collection of decrees issued by Cardinal Durazzo in 1642. And they are a delicacy wolfed down by Bertoldino, the anti-hero of a popular book written by Giulio Cesare Croce in the 16th century. A peasant who eats 25 castagnazzi, prepared by his mother Marcolfa. These castagnazzi probably were similar to the ones we are preparing today, or the castagnacci fritti we mentioned before. We prepare a batter with 150 grams of chestnut flour and a cup of water. Then we add a bit of rose water, 1 tablespoon of honey, 100 grams of grated parmigiano, and 100 grams of chestnuts. The text is unclear about the consistency of this mixture. In a passage, it seems that we must prepare a batter, in another that we have to shape firmer fritters. With our method we obtained a liquid batter, but you may opt for a different outcome. However, keep in mind that it is a very forgiving recipe that will give you an excellent outcome in any case, with a thin batter made with just a bit of cheese and a few chestnuts, as well as with a thick mixture. For more recipes with nuts and fruit from the antiquity to the early modern era, check out our book, Early Italian Recipes, Vegetables, Fruit, Herbs and Flowers, and our Patreon page in which you find articles and translations of ancient and medieval sources. If you're interested in medieval cooking, we recommend our books The Observatione Ciborum, Early Medieval Recipes at the Court of the Franks, and Registrum Coquine, a Medieval Cookbook. For more information about ancient food, check out Ancient Roman Cooking. To support our work, you can also buy us a beer and purchase our merchandise. You find all the links in the description below. We fry the castagnazzi in butter for a couple of minutes. Then we turn them and cook for another minute. These castagnazzi add an unexpected flavor, both sweet and savory, and surely intense, perfect to accompany cheese, cured pork fatback or prosciutto. Probably with a different kind of cheese, such as a fresh caciotta, the taste would be more familiar. Adding Parmigiano, recommended by the author, we would exclude honey, but it is up to your taste. Surely these castagnazzi are worth a try and perfect for this season. If you're interested in Asian foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.